I didn't know if I hit the record button or not. Hello, everyone. Hello, hello. I'm hungry. Today is Thursday, November 2nd. And I'm eating homemade French onion soup. I made this yesterday. How am I gonna, here, let me try to see if it'll do that. Whoa, I just got this out of the broiler. So actually, let me just do it like this. The thumbnail like this. Because that's hot. That was in a hot broiler. Wait, let me try to get it without the... Look at that provolone cheese. I'll tell you guys how I made it. And then we got Mr. Sebastian. As usual. This is probably going to be really hot. Okay, so the way I made this is I cut up some, I think it was 5 or 6 of the sweet onions. I just sliced them. I actually used a slicer thing. Sliced them up and I sauteed them in butter until they got like a golden color. And towards the end of sauteing them, I put pepper and about a ½ teaspoon of the organic cane sugar and mixed it all around. And then in a separate pan, I put 2 of the big boxes of beef stock. I don't use, when I make French onion soup, I don't use the beef broth, I use beef stock. So 2 boxes of the beef stock, and then about a tablespoon of beef base, which is, and let me show you in case you don't know, or bouillon, I call it beef base. About a tablespoon of this, better than bouillon, it's beef. And once that beef base was melted in the beef stock, then I just transferred the onions into the broth and turned it down like as low as it can go and simmered it for about 1 hour. And then I did have a bowl last night, and I was like, tonight I'm going to show you guys. However, if you all want me to make this, if you actually want to see me go through the steps making this, just let me know and I can do that. The only thing is I'm just like standing around for a while waiting for the onions, and then once the onions are done, then I put it into the beef broth, and then there's nothing, I mean, I just have to wait. However, if you guys want to see it, or if you have any questions at all, let me know. And then I've done it both ways. This is a crock that you can put under the broiler, so make sure that you have a bowl, like a crock that is safe for putting in the oven. And then you can either buy, like, I've done it both ways. You can either buy bread and slice it and put it on top, or you can use croutons. I always get these croutons. It's cheese and garlic. Want to make sure he doesn't go towards that oven because it's hot. So then I just put the soup in the crock. I sprinkle some of these croutons on, or like I said, you can do the bread. And then I put that in the broiler first, just for a little bit until the croutons start getting like a golden brown color. And then I put 2 slices of provolone cheese, put it back in. Once the cheese gets golden and bubbly, I put 2 more pieces of cheese on, put it back in until it gets bubbly, and then I usually put 1 or 2 more slices of cheese on top of that. So I put a lot of cheese because I love provolone cheese when it's bubbly and golden like that. So, but be very careful because it's hot. Make sure, like I go through periods where I'll shut the oven door just for a little bit, and but I stay right there and I'm looking through the glass door just to make sure everything's, you know, you gotta watch it. You can't just put this in the broiler, close the oven door and walk away. You have to constantly keep an eye. So once it starts, like, once I see the cheese starting to turn a color, like a light brown, I open the door. So it's a lot of opening the door, closing it, opening it, closing it, because you shouldn't keep the door totally closed when you're using the broiler. Now that I got all that out of the way, let's eat, because I'm hungry. And I'm not sure how hot this is going to be. I just like to pull the cheese away. It's so easy to make. And it's delicious. I used to put Worcestershire sauce in with the beef stock and the bouillon. But ever since I found out that Worcestershire sauce has anchovies in it, I stopped buying it. And to be honest, I mean, you can't even tell a difference. You cannot tell a difference. Ooh. All right, I'm gonna just do a test. I want to see how hot. Ooh, that's gonna be hot. It's gonna be hot. We might be just waiting for a little bit. Let me just move that cheese so it starts to cool. Okay, let me see if you guys can see this. Can you see? Oh, you're not gonna be able to see. Darn it. Here. Let's do this. I wanted you guys to see what it looks like inside. Once I lift that cheese up, see that? Once I get down there more, I'll show you the onions. It's a little full right now, but look at that cheese. Woo! So that's what it's looking like. And it's so tasty. It's delicious. So I got my hair done today. Can you see? Looks a lot better than it did, huh? Looks a lot better than it did. Got them roots all fixed up. I have good news. The one place that I was looking at moving, I filled out the application last week, and they called this morning. So I called back, and I am going to look at it tomorrow. I'm actually looking at 2 tomorrow, but I'm looking at the one I really want first. So, plus it's cheaper. The second one I'm looking at after that one, it's brand new, just built. Really, really nice inside, but it's like $5 more than what I'm paying right now. So if I wanted to save money, that wouldn't be a very good option, but I love it. I love the inside. And the only bad thing is it's kind of like back in the mountains, sort of. So you all know I love being near stores, and you know, I like being within 5 minutes of a store. Whereas the one that's kind of in the mountains, I have to wait until I go tomorrow, but I want to see the area in more detail just to see how long it would take me to get to a store. But I'm 99% sure that I'm going to give the deposit for the one I really, really want. Because the one I really, really want, I would still be able to walk the dogs. Whereas if I move to the one that's kind of in the mountains, I would not be able to walk the dogs anymore because it would be too far. Here, do you guys want to bite? This is the bite of the, I knew I was going to do that. Tripped in my hand. So, got that good news today. The only bad thing is, the one that I really, really want, I asked him on the phone today, and it's not available till mid-December. So I have to be out of here November 30th because closing, the people that are buying this place, closing is December 1st. So I would have to put my stuff into storage for a couple weeks and stay with one of my family members for about 2 weeks. So I'm not sure about how I will do videos. There may be a lot of fast food eating. If I have to stay with my family, it might be a lot of fast food restaurants eating in my car for about 2 weeks. I'll have to see which one says, oh, you can stay with me for 2 weeks, a couple weeks. Here's some with the cheese. It's heavy. Go ahead and have a bite. That's some of the cheese. Ooh. So yeah, I will get this video uploaded tonight. I'll start uploading it as soon as I'm done recording it. Delicious. This is the raspberry tea. You guys have to make this. If you like French onion soup, you have to try it. Ooh, I have so much homework due this week. A 5-page paper that I didn't start yet. That's due Sunday. I think I got all my discussions done. But my one class this week, we have 2 chapters again. So I gotta go do 2 chapters worth of homework, which is like an online homework. So I have to do 2 chapters for that, write the paper, and then I have 2 quizzes. Actually 3 quizzes, because there's gonna be a quiz for 2 chapters and then a quiz for my other class. It's a busy week. So how have you guys been? Y'all have been awfully quiet in my comments section lately. What's up with that? And then I've noticed sometimes some people comment and it's not showing up in the comments. Like I see it on my phone, but it's not showing up in the comments. And then I go to like, we have a section where it shows like held for review or like spam, and it's not in there. So I don't know, I guess YouTube has problems sometimes. So those of you that posted a message, and if I didn't respond, it's because, and it's not showing up on one of my videos, I have no idea why. I know Suzanne was one of them. She had posted that she just moved. And she was saying how there's no fast food, delivery places that deliver to where she lives now. It's not even showing up. Like I see it, but it's not showing up in my comments, and I don't know why. Oh, I was having problems with Comcast earlier. We see you recently tried to reset your TV box. If it's working now, reply success. It's working. Sorry. That's great news. Sorry for any inconvenience. Thank you for choosing Comcast. I had my endoscopy done Monday. They took biopsies, but I don't have those results back. I don't have the biopsy results back yet. The good news is there's no ulcer. He didn't say anything about a hernia, which I would think if I had like a hiatal hernia of some kind, I would think he would see that in the endoscopy. He did say he thinks it's one of two things. He thinks that it could be stomach acid, which I don't think it's that. But he did write me a prescription. He wants me to, it's a prescription. I have it out in my car. I was going to stop today on my way home from getting my hair done and stuff, but there was a lot of traffic, and y'all know me. I don't like sitting in traffic, so I figured I'll go later. It starts with an O, though. He wants me to try that for a month, and if that doesn't help, then he's going to do a CAT scan, because he said, which I didn't even think about this, but he said because of my osteoarthritis and the degeneration that I have going on in a lot of areas in my body, he said it could be something going on under there where a nerve is being pinched, and that's why I'm feeling the burning pain. And he said he wants me to still try that prescription for a month. If I still have it, then he's going to do a CAT scan. I don't think it's acid. I think I've never had problems with like stomach acid or anything like that. The only time I hardly ever have gotten heartburn. I probably had heartburn I could count on both hands in my entire life. I got it more when I was pregnant with my daughter. I might have had it since my daughter was born, probably 3 or 4 times since then in my entire life. So I don't ever have problems with like heartburn or stomach acid. So I don't think it's that. The burning, if it is like a nerve, that makes sense. But I want to know for sure. I don't like when they guess. Now, I didn't get the biopsies back yet, so we'll just have to wait until we get the biopsies back. I'm definitely glad that it's not an ulcer, because my rheumatologist was writing me a prescription for naproxen. And if I had a stomach ulcer, I wouldn't have been able to take that. But I did see they have a commercial. It's some kind of coated naproxen or something like that. I just saw it the other day. I think it's to help prevent stomach ulcers. And let me try to show you just the onions. See them? Golden onions, and they're sweet, and it's nice and beefy. But yeah, if you decide to make this, I just test the broth, like make sure it's not hot, make sure you cool it a little bit, and then if I feel like I need to add more of that beef base, the stuff that's in that jar, then I'll just add a little bit. But I don't add any salt, because the beef stock and that beef base has salt in it, so I never add any salt. But make sure you just test. However, if you would end up using too much beef base, just add some water, just add some filtered water in it. It's absolutely delicious though. And this will fill me up. I don't need to eat anything else. Look at that cheese. Make sure you're careful chewing your cheese. I remember one time, my daughter loves French onion soup, and I remember there's been times where she's almost choked on eating the cheese. So make sure you're careful when you're eating cheese like this. No, I better not choke. That was a big piece. Mmm. This is heaven, I'm telling you. Pure heaven. So yeah, I didn't walk the dogs Monday because I wasn't allowed to drive after that endoscopy. So I walked the dogs Tuesday and yesterday. Did y'all see the video I posted of 2 of them? Of 2 of the dogs I walk? 2 of the dogs that I walk. I took another short video of the other 2. I might post that in a couple of days. Of the Mastiff and the Chihuahua. It's been getting cold here, and I feel so bad. We actually switched times so that I walk them later in the day because it's been so cold in the mornings. The poor Chihuahua, I'm gonna buy him a little sweater because when it's really cold, like when it's like in the 40s in the morning, he shivers. So I'm like holding him against me, keeping him warm. But I said the other day, I said, I'm gonna buy him a little sweater. The other 3 dogs are fine. So that's all that's been going on with me. I will say, when I cooked this yesterday, got my stove messy. I told you guys I was trying not to do too much cooking because I hate cleaning the stove. It's such a pain because I always have to use like Brillo pads and stuff to get the stuff off. Well, of course, the onions. And I did have a lid over it most of the time, but when I was trying to get all the liquid to evaporate, you have to take the lid off of the onions when they're cooking so that it evaporates. And I had splatters all over it, so I tried to wipe off as much as I could, but I'm gonna have to take everything off and scrub it all again. This is delicious. Amazing. I'm feeling so happy though. I'm happy that my hair is fixed. I'm happy that the other place called me today. You know, when things go right, it makes you feel good. You know? Can you see this? See those onions? I have to show you. The guy I walk the dogs for, his neighbor. I told y'all his neighbor lets me in. He gave me something yesterday, and it's what I used to slice the onions with, and it works so good. Normally I would just slice the onions, you know, with a cutting board and a knife and just slice them all into pieces for, well, not pieces, like I just make a thin slice in the onion and I leave it whole like that. When I go to put it in the pan, I don't cut them up. But anyway, he gave this to me. He said he never uses it. So it has a really sharp blade. Right now it's in the lock position, so, you know, you won't get cut, but when you move it, you can move it down one and then can you see how it moves it down? Or like that. And then I'm gonna put this on lock though. But I just had it over the cutting board like this, on an angle like this. And then you cut the ends off the onion and take the peel off, right? And then you stick it on here and you hold it down with this. And that has like little, and then you just go like this and you slide it. So I used 5 or 6 onions to make this soup, and that cut down the time of slicing it by more than half. It was so quick. It was just like 1 onion done, two onions done. So this came in handy. Definitely came in handy. It's called Progressive. But yeah, definitely be careful. Make sure it's always in that lock position when you're not using it, because it's very sharp. I will say, the weird thing about that endoscopy on Monday, they took me back to the room, right? And it was they gave me propofol. That's what I was sedated with. And I'm telling you, I have never felt this before, and I know I've had propofol before. But as soon as they put it into my IV, I felt this burning, like whole upper body burning, but then I was out. I've never had that feeling before from being put under anesthesia. I mean, burning like fire. They're lucky I passed out really quick. I think I was about ready to say something, but then I was out. That was weird. Never had that happen before. Have you guys? If you've been under anesthesia, has that ever happened? Where it like you just felt like burning. And my daughter took me because she had to drive me home, and so we stopped at Chick-fil-A after that because I was hungry because I couldn't eat beforehand. I'm gonna have to make another soup for you. I didn't get to make the other one I was gonna make it over the winter before, well, earlier this year. But that might have to wait until I move. I probably won't even set up a Christmas tree this year because I'm supposed to be packing everything now. And then by I get to my new place, if I take this one, then the first one that I'm looking at tomorrow, move in there in the middle of December, it's gonna be almost Christmas, so probably will not set up a Christmas tree this year. Almost gone. I'm not doing well in my fantasy football league this year. I've only won 1 week. That's pitiful. Pretty bad, I know. Can't win them all, though. Hey, I made it to the end last year. I was in the playoffs. Guess that's what happens when you're in the draft and you pick almost last. Everybody else gets the good players. All gone. My belly's full. Absolutely delicious, you guys. You have to try that. If you like French onion soup, that is. Sebastian's like hanging over there at the stove. Keeping warm. Here, let me show you. Actually, I'll sit this over here a while. Are you keeping warm? Huh? He's funny. But yeah, that is all I have for you guys today. How long is this video? Did I still manage? Still 30 minutes. Goodness gracious, I eat soup and it's still 30 minutes. Goodness. But yeah, that is all I have for you guys today. I'm gonna save this video and then get it uploaded for you guys. That way you have it tonight. What time is it? Is it 6? It's 6:30, so probably, hopefully it'll be done uploading and processing by 7:30 tonight, hopefully. But yeah, that is all I have for you guys for right now. To be honest, I am not sure what I'm going to be eating next. We'll just have to wait and see because I have no idea. I'm more than likely going to eat that again tomorrow. More than likely. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys. Thank you guys so very much for watching. I greatly appreciate it. I hope you guys have a great rest of your Thursday. Have a great Friday. Have an awesome weekend. And today's Thursday. I'll probably post something Sunday. Yeah. More than likely I'll post something Sunday. Or I might possibly make something. I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. But there will be a video more than likely on Sunday, even if I record it Saturday or possibly tomorrow. I could skip a day with the soup and eat something else. We'll just have to see what I'm feeling tomorrow. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys. Thank you guys so very much. Again, have a great rest of your week and have a great weekend. And I'll talk to you guys later.